Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 17th. It's about 10:04 a.m. And hey, ice is still present. Also, yesterday, and I'll talk about this on my kind of daily update post, but I heard a lot of like local police sirens. I don't know what that was about, but anyway, I'll, again, go to my Instagram. You'll see the post here in a little bit, because I'm trying to do like, you know, the day before, I suppose, and like a recap through midday is how I'm trying to arrange that. Anywho, that's not what I got on here to talk about. So I was listening to Assembly Required with Stacey Abrams this morning, which I think I've talked about. I recently got back into Pod Save the People. I think they've done a great job. And then Stacey Abrams has, oh, look at that. You want some of that? Stacey Abrams has a podcast with the same company. You know, again, there are definitely problems with both the Black podcasts on that network, and like the leadership being all white, etc. Like, that's problematic, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Representative Jayapal said on the podcast, they were talking about affordability and they were talking about poverty and kind of these sort of things. Like, that was the theme of the episode, essentially. And one of the things that stood out to me that I just wanted to recenter, and it was such a quick, statement. Do you want this?
Yes.
No? Okay. She said, poverty doesn't have to exist. Like, just that simple, right? Like, poverty doesn't have to exist. And I want us to, like, come to terms that some of these things don't have to exist. Like, we have made an agreement that they will exist because of the society that we live in. But the reality is that they don't have to exist. And we can make a collective choice that they don't exist. Which, honestly, a lot of the things that, you know, Democrats are calling progressive, you know, Republicans actually want too. Republicans want affordability. Republicans want to be able to afford their groceries. They want to be able to feed their kids. They want to, like, we're not that separate in what we want to make the world a better place, right? Now, of course, there's like that layer of racism. There are layers of sexism, layers of homophobia, etc. And that exists on both sides of the aisle, by the way. And so, like, I just really thought it's a revolutionary thought to be like, the things that we are constantly fighting about are, like, they don't have to exist. And in fact, most things are fake anyway. Most things are made up. And so, like, when you think about it that way, and you think about making the choice that none of these things actually have to exist, then it's like, okay, what's next? And this is something that I don't really talk about all that often. I did just recently about the opera that I'm in, or that I was in, the world premiere opera, and talking about how there's a world beyond, right? It's here now, but there is a world beyond what we're living. And that is what I believe liberation to be, right? I believe that liberation and the new world, or the next world, is this space where we collectively agree that things that are not helping the majority of the people are not real, right? Just like Harriet Tubman was like, slavery, it's not my reality, girl. I'm gonna get free. And she did, right? And so, like, I think that if we delved into this a little bit more, then we would get a little more free, right? And we could create a new society. And Christiana Smith talks about this all the time, and I've talked about this on on Morning YAP before, which is that, like, we don't have enough collective imagination overall, right? I don't know what you want me to do with that. You keep giving it to me like like I know what to do with it, but I don't know what to do with it, because then you get mad at me with what I do with it. So do something. Do something, girl. Do something. Anywho, so all that to say, I just think we can take this as an opportunity to remember that poverty doesn't have to exist. Neither does P3DO. Neither does murder. Neither does food instability. Neither does an affordability crisis. Literally none of it has to exist. We've just made an agreement that it does. Think about that. What could we, in the comment section, what could we agree to believe doesn't need to exist or doesn't exist? Right? Right now. Piper, don't do that. Piper, don't do that. You're going to hit your head. Don't do that. Anywho, so with that, apologize, make good trouble, do good work. Joy is our revolution, and I will see you all next time. Toodles. Bye.